Earth. He's the Planetary Society CEO, better known as Bill Nye the Science Guy, who joins us live from Fredericksburg, Texas, where, Bill, you witnessed the eclipse this morning with hundreds of attendees at the sold-out Eclipse-O-Rama party. You've seen how many eclipses in your time, but what makes this one so special, and what did you see that was different?
Well, there are a couple things three things I'd say at least that I'd never seen. First of all, hi, everybody. It was a great day here in Fredericksburg. It was cloudy. It still is cloudy. But when the eclipse was happening, it cleared up. Everybody had his or her glasses on. We were going wild. Anyway, way off to the east, because of the cloud cover, the clouds were transmitting light. They were diffusing light. So it was just this crazy glow way off to stage left. And then after a few minutes, it went completely dark. Completely dark. And members, we have about almost 1,000 people from the Planetary Society out here. People get quiet and then they start cheering. And then the other thing, there was, with the cloud cover sort of acting as a filter, we could all really see distinctly this solar prominence, this blast of charged particles off the surface of the sun driven by this very strong magnetic field. I'd never seen it like that. With the glasses on, you could see it, and then you take the glasses off, and it was really distinct, kind of a pink salmon color. It was spectacular. And then the third thing, which I'd never seen before, because of the clouds, you could see the light marching toward us.
No.
It was just wild.
Oh, my goodness.
And as the eclipse, as totality gave way to a partial eclipse, it was spectacular. It was wonderful once again to share it with other citizens of planet Earth. You know, we have a unique place here during this syzygy. Syzygy means the three objects are lined up in space: Sun, Earth's moon, and Earth. And so we had this shared experience, and it was very moving. It was great.
Really interesting to think about the behavior of the animal and human world. But explain some of the phenomenon, why bees either start or stop buzzing, why the crickets start. I mean, obviously it gets dark. They think it's nighttime. What else?
Well, the other thing that happened, I got to say, another thing that happened I'd never experienced before. There's a breeze here today in hill country of Texas. But when the eclipse came, the breeze stopped. Everything became very still. I guess the airflow must have been counter to the prevailing breeze, and it just stopped. And we heard birds, heard crickets, Texas-style crickets. But at least for me, mostly what I heard was, ooh, of the humans. You know, we had almost 1,000 people out here.
Amazing.
And so it was just wonderful.
I want to ask you about something also very rare this time around, an ellipse within the eclipse. Sound waves from the sun tend to be able to go around the moon, as I understand it, and are projected at the path of totality. The path of totality this time around goes right along the largest, I suppose, biggest fault line east of the Mississippi. There were some people who think that eclipses can somehow trigger, because of those sound waves, some type of earthquake or trembler. What do you think, Bill? Can you just clarify that for people watching?
So there's an old problem in what nowadays we call critical thinking. What people when I was in school may have called it logic or reasoning or logical reasoning. And this is an old problem if you're a human. Among some of my best friends are humans, is correlating the cause with the effect.
Okay.
And so we perceive as humans that when something happens over here, you think it's caused by something over there or the other way around. Okay. So this business of sound waves, you know, the sound waves are a human electronic construct. We take them electromagnetic energy coming off the sun and turn it into audible sound and bouncing air molecules. So having a total eclipse and, let's say, hypothetically, which did not happen, hypothetically, a tremor they're unrelated.
Okay.
But if they happened at the same time, you might perceive that they were related. And so correlation is not causation, as we like to say in skeptical thinking.
Correlation is not causation.
So everybody I remind us all that this phenomena, what we're describing, is understood through the process of science. And I like to remind everybody, I like to remind senators and their staffs, members of Congress and their staffs. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the U.S. Constitution mentions the progress of science.
Yes.
The word science is in the Constitution.
We love that
and
here
so
on the Claman Countdown. Let me just quickly ask you about the hot air that somehow stopped on Wall Street. 18% less trading volume today than the monthly average. That, I think,
that's good.
Yeah, that's a causation because people ran outside. I mean, we saw, you can see New York City behind me. It's all the cars had stopped. It's past us now, but it got dark. All the cars stopped right here on 6th Avenue behind me. People were watching versus they were in the moment, which is something that you have talked about. Be in the moment.
Oh, that's great news. That's great. That is cause and effect. Mm-hmm. The eclipse, awareness of the eclipse, awareness of our place in space, caused trading on Wall Street to go down for the better part of an hour.
And check this. I got an updated number a second ago. I'm just being told that the trading volume at 3:35 p.m. Eastern, when it was coming over New York, 31% lower than average. That's market.
Good.
That's a big market. So people are into it. They're into it. Bill, thank you.
Let's celebrate our place in space.
Indeed. I'm right there with you. The end is nigh. Bill Nye, great to have you.